In about 2 weeks, we're having a big party for our kids. There's gonna be about 50 people here, and I need to finish this garden. It is a hazard. There are tools everywhere, holes everywhere, dirt mounds, material. It's not gonna be great for 30 kids running around. I think I can do it. I should be able to do it. I don't know why I can't do it, but I'm running into an issue. I cannot find a critical piece of the plumbing. So I'm on my way to Lowe's to try and find some pipe fittings that I cannot find anywhere. They are these T-fittings for this 1/2-inch poly pipe, and they're critical because they are what I'm going to use to build the manifold so that I can connect the valves to the main line, but I cannot find them anywhere. I can't find them at Lowe's. I can't find them at Menards. I can't really even find them online, and I need them. I can't finish this project without them. But I saw on the Lowe's website for my store that they have 35 in stock. The last time I was there, they had 0 in stock. I saw the box, but there was no fittings in them. So I'm gonna go there now to see if I can find them, because I'd love to finish this project like soon, but I need these fittings. I have to have these fittings in order to finish this project. That was a bust. They don't have them. I talked to one of the employees and we couldn't find them. We looked for, I don't know, 20 minutes. It's like one of those things where they don't sell them very often, and it's really easy to get them mixed up in other boxes. And so we were able to find one in the several boxes we checked, but we weren't able to find 7 of them. So I think I have a solution. I don't know if it's going to be ideal. I don't know if it matters. But I'm going to try it anyways because I want to finish this. And I think this is going to work. I think it's going to work. I hope it's going to work. It has to work. So this is my solution. This is what I have here, and it is these are technically T connectors. It's just that they're set up in a different way. The T connectors that I was looking for would have 3 male ends, and this has 2 male ends, and it has a threaded female end. And the way that this is constructed is that I just have these joining together like this with a bit of black poly pipe to do the physical connection, and then these clamps which will basically lock everything in place and create that watertight seal. I think it's going to work. I truly don't know why it won't. I'm a bit concerned because these joints, you know, these joints, this joint here, it does introduce a failure point, and the fact that water can leak out of it, and I'd really rather not have water leak out on the manifold side. On the, you know, the valve end, you know, on the valve end over here, I don't think it's too big of a deal because that water won't be on, it won't be pressurized all the time. But this joint here, this joint will always be pressurized, and so if this leaks, it has a greater impact versus if it leaks on this side of the valve. Here are the valves that I decided to use. These are just little 12-volt valves. I bought them off of Amazon. This is a relatively inexpensive valve. I would almost consider it more of a hobbyist valve. And what makes this a bit unique is that I'm not using I'm not using AC power, I'm using DC power. And a lot of the valves that you can buy that are relatively inexpensive at like Home Depot or even online, they all require AC power. And if you want to find like a real valve, like a professional valve with a DC operable solenoid, it's like 40 bucks. And I need 8 of them. And I don't want to pay, you know, $320, $350 for what is effectively an experiment. I don't really know what the longevity of this valve is going to be, but it's not going to be in the sun because it's going to be enclosed in the valve box, and it's not going to have a lot of use, as in I'm not going to turn it on and off a lot. And so I think it should be okay. Honestly, I think the biggest risk is that the water that I use may have some like material in it because it's coming from a well. So there may be like dirt or like little bits of like iron in it. And it's possible that it gets clogged and stays open or can't open. So I think that's the failure point. But this is what we have. And I think I'm ready to install them. All right, these valves are in, all 8 of them, which means the system should be closed and I can hook it up to the spigot, turn the water on, and check to see if there are any leaks. So, I don't see any leaks here, but I don't know if you can hear that noise. Oh, there's a leak. So it's just this one that's leaking, and it looks like it's leaking where the black poly pipe is connected, which is maybe a good sign. Alright, so I gotta fix that. These other ones look good. I don't see any leaks on the connections. This connection looks good. Let's check over here. Not seeing any leakage here. So I think it's just that one, and it's so strange. It's weird that it is leaking. I would have expected it to leak out of the threaded part, not the where the black poly pipe is. I wonder why that's happening. Alright, well, I will need to correct this before I bury it. I don't know if I'm going to do that right this second, because I want to test the valves. So what I have here is just a little 12-volt adapter, a wall adapter that I've repurposed, and the idea is that I should be able to energize the valve, and then water should come out of one of these risers. That's the idea. Again, I don't know why it won't work, but we're about to verify it. It looks like the water came out. I thought it was going to have more of a blast, but that looks like it worked. I'll probably test all 7 of them. I probably won't film it. I assume they're going to be the exact same. At least I don't know why they wouldn't be. I fixed that leak. I just needed to tighten some of those clamps a little bit more, and it seemed to stop it. I have an issue with one of them. 7 of them seem to work perfectly. One of them is a little weak. It's not really flowing. I hear the valve click open and I see water come out. It's just very, very slow. So my guess is that something is clogging that line. It's probably dirt. So I gotta take that valve off and figure out what the deal is. Well, I thought I had turned that off. Apparently I did not, and sure enough, if I look inside of this, there is a bunch of gunk. Let me see if I can get it out. You can see if we pull it all out here, it's just like straw. Yep, it'll do it. And mud. All right, I think I got it all. Oh my goodness. So there's just a bunch of straw and mud in there, and it would have closed the valve, or it would have blocked the valve so much such that the pressure of the water would not have been able to open that valve. Hence the low flow. But I got it all out, and we're gonna try it again. There we go. So that's all the valves. The plumbing is done. I still need to add conduit in the trench so that I can run the wires to the valves. So I need to do a little digging there and have it pop out on the other side of this garden. And then I can start filling it in. This is a big step though. This is a big step. It means the plumbing is done. The irrigation is ran. It just needs to be powered. All right, so originally I was going to use conduit to run all of my wiring from the valves to the irrigation controller, but I'm changing my plan. As I was shopping for wire at Lowe's, I found these sprinkler wires, and basically what it is it's one wire, or kind of one, you know, case, whatever you want to call it. It has 5 individual wires in it. And this is the exact number that I need. And so what I'll do is I'll have one power wire ran to one valve, and then I'll jump power from valve to valve, because the ground wire is actually my switching leg, and the irrigation controller will turn these on and off in order to open and close the valve. So I'll have the power wire carrying the power, the voltage, and it will jump from valve to valve. It will always be on, and then I will have these ground wires ran to each individual valve. I think it's more appropriate. I think it's going to work better. It's a lot easier to install, and it's exactly what I need. And so this is the path that I'm taking, and yeah, I just need to install it.
Hello, Daddy. Hello, Daddy. I see.
All right, so I got everything filled in. The dirt mounds are gone. I tried to make it as even as possible. It's still a bit lumpy, but what I need to do now is I need to start laying down mulch. So I need to go around the edges and trim up a little bit, just to make them a little bit nicer looking, a little bit more crisp. There's still some grass that I need to remove, and then after that I'm going to lay down cardboard, and then finally I'm going to lay down mulch. So I got the grass trimmed up. The lines aren't perfectly straight, but it looks a lot nicer, and it should hold the wood chips in a lot better. I'm running out of time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull that grass. It's, I don't know, like maybe like 20 square feet, 30 square feet. But I'm running out of time, and I need to get rid of this wood chips now that I have piled in my driveway. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down cardboard. We have a bunch of it from, you know, just accumulating stuff. So I'm going to lay that down. I'm going to get the wood chips down, and then if I have time, I'll remove the rest of the grass and finish the garden. I would love to do it. I'm not going to be able to do it tomorrow. One, it's Father's Day. Two, it's supposed to rain. So we'll see. We'll see, but it's looking good. I think it's going in the right direction. You going to Hy-Vee with me?
Yeah.
All right.
Big Mama.
Give
Take a
Mama
break. Take a break from Mama. Good idea.
Come.
No,
Come soon. After me. Yeah.
I'll see you later, yeah.
After come. After you come.
Yeah, a little bit later I'll see you.
Okay.
That's right.
This is looking good.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's really nice.
Right?
Yeah.
We bought this house about 3 years ago, and there's been two owners. It's been us and the guy that built the house. And one of the things that I think is important is that stories don't die with the people that tell them or the people that carry them. This house was owned by a gentleman and his wife, and they built it, and they raised a family of 3 kids here. The wife died a little bit before the husband, and some things became overgrown. One of the things that became overgrown was this garden. And so, to continue the story, we decided to revive it and bring it back with a little bit of a twist, but bring it back nonetheless.